Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So today we will recreate my animation from yesterday, this one here. And I got a lot of requests for this. And this is a quite short tutorial because I am afraid you will be a little disappointed because when you see how easy this is to do. So yeah, and I want to show you this. And I have not a lot of time, so I chose a shorter one. And honestly, it's so hot here in Vienna. I'm sure in other places on Earth it's hot too, but I have here at the moment in my office about 44 degrees Celsius, and this is too hot. I hate air conditions, so I am surrounded with fans, and if you hear some background noise from the fans, so please forgive me, but I have to let them run because otherwise I would melt. Okay, yeah, maybe if you want to donate for an air condition, maybe I think about it. It can work more for you. So if you want to donate, or if you want to support me on Patreon, please do so. You will find all the links in the description. So, but now let's start, and I show you this for the Octane render and for the physical render too. So this is possible in both renders. I was sure it's okay for the physical render, but I was not sure with Octane, but it's exactly almost the same, and it's very easy to do. So let's start with it. So you really will see it, you will laugh about how easy this is. Let's make a cloner. So first I go to here and make it I start with the Octane version because it's faster, and then I show you the physical render version. So let's make this here a 16:9, so 1280. Okay, and I do the same for later on the low. Okay, this is for later for the physical render, but now Octane. So first we need a sphere, and we clone this sphere. I'll make this sphere a little smaller, 50 and 50 segments. And then let's make a camera, and the camera I want exactly from the front, so I go to the coordinates here. Come on, zero it out here and here, and zero it out here and here. Okay, and I give it a protection tag, and that's it. So let's clone this sphere. Cloner, and I want a grid array. So boing. And maybe a step here, and some more. Okay, now I want the random effector. I select my cloner, go to MoGraph, Effector, and random effector. And I have now, because I have selected the cloner before, so I have in the cloner already my effector. And if you don't have it in here, so just drag the effector inside here. And in the random effector, I want to affect the position in the x-axis and in the y-axis and in the z-axis. Okay, why not? But in the x-axis a little more, so something like that. Let's go here to the protection tag, and I say please not in the C and not in the Y. So I can change everything to C and Y. So okay, and I want to affect the scale too. So an absolute scale uniform is -0.9. Okay, so I see I want much more clones. Checked. Now I go to endpoint and something like this. Maybe some. Okay. Now I go to render instances, and I give the cloner now an rigid body tag, because I don't want that the spheres intersect. So a rigid body tag. I have it here, so if you don't have it in the toolbar, right click, simulation rigid body, and in the rigid body I go to force and say 10 by 10, and I don't need any gravity, I would say, so I go with Control D in the project settings, and in the project settings, in the dynamics, I can disable the gravity. Okay, and now I simply hit play. And let's see what we get. Okay, we get nothing because we forgot in the collision inherit tag. So we want to inherit to the children. Apply the children all. Now, whoops, we get something like this. And you see, we don't have any intersections then. So, okay, this is exactly what I want. Maybe less clones here in the 5 here, and I want that they rotate a little more, so I go to my force here and say the rotation for a 1. Now you see they rotate. If you want to rotate them a little more, let's say try the 0. Okay, and maybe a little turbulence in this whole thing. Let's try it in the random effector. Oh no, but for the turbulence I make a turbulence. Go to particles, turbulence, and let's see what we get. 50. Little scaling, and see what we get. I want that they move a little bit, you see. Go a little down with the force here. Maybe 5 is enough. Yeah, now they move a little more. It's nice. Okay, and now comes the trick. The very, very simple trick. I make a torus here in the z-axis, so bring the torus in the front, something like this. Okay, and torus is a little too thick, so do something like that. And I make a disc. Okay, the disc to C2, and I make it a child of the torus, and on the disc I say reset PSR, so it goes to the same position like the torus is. So go out and make this disc a little bigger, T for scale, something like that. Okay, disc, and we don't need that here, so let's make here on the torus more segments, let's say 50. On the disc we don't need it, so next step, I want later to rotate the torus, and I wanted the same rotation on the disc. I could do this when I put the disc under the torus. When I now rotate the torus, the disc rotates with it. This is okay, but when I want to texture it, so if I give this disc a class or something else, material, and here a chrome material, this chrome material would override the class, and this is not what I want. What I do is simply go to the disc, right click it, in the character tag, a constraint tag, and here I use PSR, and in the PSR here we have a target, and the target is our torus. I want position and rotation, scale I don't need, and now if I move the torus without the disc as children, when I move the torus, the disk will move with it, and we have two separate objects here. This is exactly what I want. And now the fun part comes in. So as I said, I start with Octane, and yes, we need a material. I make a specular material, and you will see the trick. Specular material goes on the disk. Okay. When I now render this, we have this. Okay. Let's make this something like that. Good. But when I say now to the cloner, I give the cloner an object, an Octane object tag. And when I say with the visibility, camera visibility off, we don't see it in the camera, but we see it behind the glass. So, look, you see? And that's the whole trick. When you move now the torus, you will see it only shows where the glass comes through. And that's the whole trick. And this is of course a fun thing. So see. Okay, let's make a scene out of that. So I want the chrome for the ring, material, metallic, bring in on the torus, metallic. Okay, we have nothing in this scene what reflects or something else. So you can make your own scene around, but I use of course my Octane rig here, and the Octane rig, and I bring it in. It's okay. So I don't want a shadow catcher, so I don't want the floor here. I have this, and I want another HDRI. Shift F8, we can go to the. You can choose whatever HDRI you want. I have here some. Let's go to the outdoor, and I use the first one here. Yeah, but the patrons of course can already download the project file on Patreon. So all patrons from €5 and above can download the project files. There are meanwhile I think over 105 so project files. So yeah, if you donate or if you support me with €5, you can download over 100 project files, and it will be more and more and more and more and more. So I bring in this HDRI for lighting the scene. You see, okay, that's it. But the HDRI has not this. Normally you see this is 3K, and the JPEG the same as 8K. And I want a nice background. Here you see that's not sharp, and yeah, you see some distortions in it. So what I do now is I make a background picture. So background picture on, and bring in the HD. If you have I normally have often an HDR for lighting, and the same picture as JPEG, but the higher resolution. So bring this to here, and now you see still okay, this is still not sharp. The reason is you have to say in the Octane settings here, under settings, see for these shaders, you have to go to the render size, and here we are at 2K. You see this is not enough. Let's go to 4K and render it again. And now you see we have a sharp picture here. This is exactly what I want. Okay, now let's make some different colors for the cloner. So make another material. I make a simple glossy material here. This is the cloner, and I go in my node editor, and in the node editor I want a random effector for the color, so the MoGraph shader. So what I make is I go to my random effector, and here in the parameter I activate color to, if the color mode is off, I activate Effector color, and now I go to here and say Mocap color shader and put the color shader in my diffuse channel. So this should do something when I I have to put it on the clone, of course, too. So okay, but here maybe use the strength, yeah. And now you can play with this. When you don't like the colors, you simply use a colorizer and choose your own colors, what you want. In the colorizer, see, we have this. So let's say I want this blue color, this greenish color, this lighter green, and maybe this gray. So I go to the first node here, to the first node, or whatever. Make this a little bigger, and go to this eyedropper, and say, so the first color I want is, let's say, this yellow here. So okay. Second color, I want this green here. Okay, third color, want this bluish color here. So that it fits to your background picture, if you want it. If you don't want it, so you don't have to do it, of course. Maybe a fourth color. So let's bring this down here. Make a fourth color, and this, let's see, make this more white. So, okay, yes, this I like. Okay, now I can make this whole picture a little brighter. I go to my HDRI, to the intensity, and try it. Okay. And the intensity does not affect the background picture, of course. In the HDRI you would see it, but not if you have a background picture. Yeah, this looks not bad. Maybe here a little more index here, and a little roughness, just a little bit. Okay, that's not bad. And if you want to change the colors now here too, so you can work even with the color after the colorizer. You can try an color correction and play here with the gamma or something else. You see, you get different. You can still work with it. You can change the hue, whatever you want. Contrast. Yeah, contrast is nice here. Good, so we have this. Now let's see how this looks. Okay, funny. Sorry. And now let's make this animation. Good, we have this. Let's save this to the disk. So let's go to my desktop, temp, invisible spheres. Okay. Okay, I go to my Torus and start here on the side. Boing. Okay, Torus coordinates, and I record the X position. Boing. And I record the H rotation. Now let's go to the. So let's. Oops. First, let's go to the I'm not on frame, you see I'm not on frame 0. I have to record on frame 0. So I make this again. Go back with so. Okay. Let's make it here, so this is better. Okay, so chuck, chuck. Now frame 100. And I go to this side. Okay. Record this. And here I say 360. And I do this. And let's see what we get here. Okay, it should work. So under this. We see nothing, of course, because we have no glass inside. So let's enter this. Now, wonk, wonk, wonk. See, that works. And so easy it is. That's the whole trick. Okay. Good. And now if you want to, let's say you want to have the spheres invisible, but you want to see them in the glasses here, you can do this too. So for this thing I had to break a little bit, but I'm back. So we take a simple, come on, I'm recording here. 1 second. So let's try it now. Okay, we make a plane in orientation plus C. We don't need any subdivisions. And I bring it behind our cloner. And in Octane we have it quite simple. We just hit render here. And I see where I have to put my. This is great in Octane, of course. I see everything I do immediately. So okay. Yeah, we don't have to make it. It's just to show you how it works. It is really a totally simple thing. And we gave the window just the same glass material. So plane, whoop. Now we have this. But it's better you don't give it the same glass material. We should see normally now the. I go to the glass material here and say here window. Come on. Windows. I did not test it, but it was an idea now at the moment. I got this idea to make this. So let's try it. And in the opacity, bring in a float. And bring this window material on the plane. So that looks not so thin. This glass, it does not. Maybe we have to make it thick. Let's test it. No, that's not. So let's try a different thing. In the index. Okay. Then let's try it with another material. How it works with the chrome material here. Okay, with the chrome material. So we did delete this one. I delete this material here. Copy this one and say window. Bring it on the window. Whoop. And make here a float for the opacity. So now we have it in the window, and if we render this, so you see we have the motion and everything in the window too. Okay, so of course you can do this for every window then. I think it's a funnier addition. I have to this piece here inside. Okay, that's it for Octane. Let's do the same now for the physical render. Good, we delete all the materials and we don't need the Octane tag here, everything else is okay. Good, we need material for the cloner, so go to the cloner. Whoops, first I go here to load GI, and I don't need my Octane rig here, of course. Here I need the Nikomedias Scene Rig Pro, so delete the Octane rig. Good, so make cloner. In the color we put in same, the MoGraph color shader. Okay, and drag it onto here. Let's see what you get. We see nothing because we have nothing for light, reflection, and then. So bring in the scene rig, and immediately we see something. So go to the rig. I don't need a floor here. Going, going, going. Okay. Nice. And it's a little bright. Why is it so bright? Bright, 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 bright. It doesn't matter. We can change this everything. First, let's go to here. Bring the same HDRI inside like we had in the oops, you know what I mean. Shift F8 in the Octane render. So HDRI. Whoopsie. Okay. That's nice. I'm a little. Why it's so bright, bright, bright. It's everything okay, but I go here from progressive. Progressive. You have some people ask me why it needs so long to render. If you are on progressive, it never stops to render. So it stops just when you stop the render, then it stops to render. Progressive refines and refines and refines. And so I go here to fixed, give it 3. Should be okay. Okay. So, and for the background picture, I want the HDRI, the JPEG here. So I go to my background. Use spherical background picture. Yes, I want this. So I drag this inside. I have my background picture. Okay, I see it's not the same here, so I go to here. This should be the HDRI should be under -90 here. There. Okay, that works fine. And yeah, let's go to the random effector here. Is alpha strength? Okay, the alpha strength is it? But we can change here a lot, so okay. That's nice, that's nice. We can go down with the HDRI, light intensity. Okay, let's see. Ah, it's not really something. Ah, Colorizer. Put this whole thing in a Colorizer. And here I can do the same again now with the different colors. Pick out the colors for the exactly the same thing, but I want to load here a simple preset. Let's see. Okay, that works. Doesn't matter what we use here now. It's just to show you the way how it works here. Dun, 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 dun. Random, here's alpha strength. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. If we have GI, I go away with the ambient occlusion here. So everything gets a little brighter, okay. And if it's not bright enough for me, I can go to the Scene Rig, can go up with the reflection here, with the reflection brightness. Gives you more reflection. And I can use a fill light maybe. See? So we can work here whatever we want, but that's not the reason. So I want another. So no, not this one. This one. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm happy with this now. And yeah, now the trick with the Torus. We bring it in, yes. We need a glass material, of course. So let's make first the chrome material. The reflectance, I just need a GGX layer, you see. The Fresnel, go to conductor, chromium. So that's fine. That should be everything we need here. Bring it on the Torus. Yep, nice. And we need some disc. We need a this is the wrong one. We need this here, a transparent material with 1.517 should be glass. Yep, and we need nothing else here. This is everything. Okay, we can go here to glass, but this should be fine. So bring it on the disc. Okay. And we have here some distortion, I think. If you don't like the distortion, you can make the disc, give it the disc a little thickness. So simply go to the disc and use you can use a cloth object or something else to bring thickness in, or this dry extrude generator. You will find the link in the description. So you will find the link in the description to my website, and there is everything you need. So I put this on, and then you see you don't get this distortion. Okay, and here now the trick, the same trick like before. I go to my cloner, give it a compositing tag, and simply say scene by camera off. And here again we have the same effect. You just see it behind the glass. It's exactly the same. Boop, 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 boop. I love it. It works perfect. And you see it renders quite fast too, so this is if you have this you don't see through nicely, you just go. You can go to the index and go down with the index a little bit here, with the refraction index. Let's see, go to 1.1. You see, get this here. Okay, and it should work the same with the plane too. Let's see if it works here with the glass material. No, so let's bring this one. Yeah, the same here. So make another material here for the window. And here we simply go to the alpha channel. If we don't want it like this, also go to the take a color. And normally if I could make the color now gray. That's strange, we should see it less normally. Did I put it on? Yeah. Now you see. It works. Nice. Okay. I think this wraps it up, and I hope you like this one. I really enjoyed it. I did with this effect. I made this one with the. Let's see if I find it very far. Where do I have it here? I find it here. This one. I made this one the same way. You see, between the cube. This is horrible with so between the cubes we see nothing, and in the cubes are okay. Forget now this resolution, but in the cubes I have the feature here. It's exactly the same way I made. So you just see the feature inside the cubes. Okay, that's it for now. You can play with it. I'm sure you will get some nice ideas with this. Please show me your ideas, and yeah, post it please on my Facebook group, and yeah, so we all can see it and see your nice results. Okay. Good. The next tutorial, I think it will be on weekend. I hope, and then we make again a little longer tutorial. This one was a short one, but I really got a lot of questions, and because now you see it. It's so simple. It's just one idea I had, and then oh yeah, it works, and yeah, let's do something with it. It's nice if you wanna make reveal a text or something else, and like this, you can do everything with this. And yeah, if you have requests, complaints, whatever you want, questions, please write me in the comments or on my Facebook group, or on my Facebook site, or on my website. Write me an email, and if you want to support me on Patreon, please do so. As I said, on Patreon you will get all the project files, not only the project files of tutorials. When I do some gimmicks in between, some fun things in between, when I find time to relax and do some projects in between, you will get these project files too, even if I don't make a tutorial for it or something else. Then I work on my updates for the Scene Rig and for the Octane Rig and for the physical rig, but so I have not so much time. I thought I have much time, and now, but it is not like I thought it will be. So yeah, but it will come everything. The texture pack will get yeah, on Patreon you can download texture packs for Octane and physical render. and there will come updates too soon. But I always say soon here, but when I get a job in between, I can't do nothing. So I cannot stop my job and do other things. That's the that would be possible if the donations would work like I wanted. But so unfortunately I have to work. And yeah, I wish you all a wonderful day, and I hope it's not so hot like here where you are, but I know at least in Germany, and I'm sure there it's as hot as here. So and I'm sure there are hotter spots on on Earth than here. Good. That's it. Yeah, maybe you donate me a cold beer or something else. I would need it. Okay, enough talking, and now please let me see what you do. And all the best here from Vienna. And the last words, as every time, tschüss und baba.